Ethical and professional standards. Ethical and professional standards are fundamental to CFA Level 3 because investment professionals must maintain integrity, objectivity, and fiduciary responsibility in all client and market interactions. The curriculum emphasizes that ethical behavior supports investor confidence, market efficiency, and the long-term credibility of the financial industry. Candidates study the CFA Institute Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct in depth, learning how ethical principles apply to complex portfolio management situations and institutional investment decisions. The Professional Conduct Program and Disciplinary Review process reinforce accountability by establishing procedures for investigating and addressing violations. Ethical conduct is presented not merely as a compliance requirement but as an essential component of professional excellence, trust building, and sustainable investment management practices within global capital markets. Standard I. Professionalism focuses on maintaining knowledge of laws, exercising independence and objectivity, avoiding misrepresentation, and conducting analysis with diligence and reasonable basis. CFA Level 3 emphasizes that investment professionals must place ethical obligations above personal interests or external pressures. Candidates study how conflicts can arise through gifts, compensation arrangements, political influence, or relationships with issuers and clients. The curriculum highlights the importance of maintaining research integrity, verifying information sources, and documenting investment processes carefully. Recommended procedures include compliance systems, employee training, and strong supervisory structures designed to prevent ethical violations before they occur. Professionalism ultimately supports sound investment decision-making and protects both investors and the reputation of the investment management industry from misconduct and reputational damage. Standard II. Integrity of capital markets addresses market manipulation and the misuse of material non-public information. The curriculum explains that fair and transparent markets depend on equal access to information and ethical trading practices. Candidates learn to identify activities that distort market prices, mislead investors, or undermine confidence in financial systems. Insider trading policies, information barriers, restricted lists, and monitoring procedures are discussed as essential compliance tools. The curriculum emphasizes that ethical responsibilities extend beyond legal requirements because some actions may damage market integrity even when technically permissible under local regulations. Maintaining market integrity is particularly important for institutional portfolio managers, whose actions can influence pricing, liquidity, and investor behavior across large segments of global financial markets and trading systems. Standards 3, 4, and V address duties to clients, employers, and investment analysis responsibilities. CFA Level 3 stresses that fiduciary duty requires loyalty, prudence, and care in managing client assets and making investment recommendations. Candidates study fair dealing, suitability analysis, confidentiality obligations, and the requirement to prioritize client interests above personal or organizational gain. Duties to employers include loyalty, protection of confidential information, and adherence to company policies without compromising ethical principles. Investment recommendations must be supported by thorough research, appropriate analytical methods, and reasonable assumptions. The curriculum also highlights the importance of maintaining proper records and communicating investment risks transparently. These standards collectively ensure that investment professionals uphold accountability, competence, and fairness throughout the investment decision-making process. Standards 6 and 7 focus on conflicts of interest and responsibilities as CFA Institute members or candidates. Candidates learn that conflicts must be disclosed fully and managed transparently to preserve objectivity and investor trust. The curriculum examines conflicts involving compensation arrangements, referral fees, personal trading, and allocation of investment opportunities among clients. Procedures such as pre-clearance policies, restricted trading lists, and disclosure requirements help reduce ethical risks. Responsibilities as CFA candidates include protecting the integrity of the examination process and avoiding conduct that compromises the CFA designation's reputation. The curriculum emphasizes that ethical leadership involves proactive identification of conflicts and implementation of governance practices that foster fairness, accountability, and transparency within investment organizations and client relationships. The Asset Manager Code of Professional Conduct extends ethical principles specifically to investment management firms and reinforces organizational responsibility for ethical culture and fiduciary behavior. CFA Level 3 explains the 6 general principles of conduct, which emphasize loyalty to clients, independence, fairness, disclosure, and risk management. Candidates evaluate whether firm practices align with these principles and recommend procedures to prevent ethical breaches. The curriculum integrates ethics into portfolio management case studies, requiring candidates to assess policies, practices, and conduct within realistic investment scenarios. Overall, ethical and professional standards in CFA Level 3 promote integrity, transparency, and responsible stewardship across the financial industry. Mastery of these concepts prepares candidates to make principled decisions that strengthen investor confidence and uphold the reputation of the global investment profession.